Is the HaShulchan Yodeh similar with Vav Sif Base through Hey. This is supplemental day 210 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Okay, base. If the two membranes were punctured not opposite each other, the bevesha treif in the esophagus, that's treif. Much love is similar like kurkum kosher, and the gizzard it's kosher. Much love is similar mem test. But Amar Bashas, Hata Shas says in Daf Mem Gimel that the time kurban melech mach, the reason why it's kosher is by the gizzard is because it's at rest. Lo yigu hanakom is ever said, and the holes are not aligned with each other. But the esophagus, because the food goes through it, it's not at rest. Could be that the holes will align. But Rashba Zal, Madame Real Kurkaman, the Rashba says the lung is like the gizzard. Lung is at rest. Even though it absorbs all sorts of liquid. It's always floating. Nevertheless, it's at rest on its place. It's also roughly concerned that the air will come in through one hole and go out through the other hole. Two membranes adhere to each other, and the wind will not come between them. The air will not come between them. And that which find the Gemara and Daf Mem Vav, that if the inner one is punctured and not the outer one, there's a sound between the two membranes. That is because the opposite, the hole in the inner membrane, there certainly will be the sound of air rushing. But beyond that, I guess in the upper membrane, the air will not go further. Brackets says this resolves somehow all the questions that are asked on this psak. But the Arishonim argue even if the holes are not opposite each other. That's the Gosh Hashrin Rabbein Yerucham. They say that a lung is like a esophagus. It's not like a gizzard. Where the two membranes are very tightly glued to each other. It's as if they're one membrane, as opposed to the lung. It's about to Arukh, which is a kadmon. But furthermore, who says that the air doesn't go in between the two membranes? The Pash the Gemara, Mashakain, the simple meaning Gemara is that it does go in. Rabbein Ramah, the Ramah passes that way. The Chumrah, and all the Akronim pass away. The Chumrah B'Achi, no, that's custom. Ain't shows cannot deviate. There's no test for this. Even if you put saliva on, it doesn't bubble at the time of your checking. Could be at that time the air did not go strenuously between the two membranes. But during its lifetime, it went in strenuously. Which is definitely treifa. No test works. Look at Fushar and the Bush's side. This when both holes are on one side. Even one is in the one of the lower lobes. The second one, the one of higher lobes. It's two different sides. Even in an esophagus, it's kosher in such a manner. Forbid even in the two sides. The garden is worse than an esophagus. Air is weightless. And come in at one side, go to the other side. It's basically placed in for short. Unless they are in two different sides of the lung. Zeb Yimim and Zeb Small. Two different patches. The whole body, like Rosh in that case, there's no concern. Hey, I feel nicker of kokrum elyon. Even the entire upper membrane is peeled away. Only have the thin lower membrane. Kosher. It's also kosher. Chazal say in Maseches that mem bovim and base. Hayred the agri kihina sumka, a lung which has been peeled, and now it looks like a red I forget what ahina is, but it looks red because the lower membrane is red. Ksheretz kosher. Kol elyon. The entire upper membrane has been peeled away. V'nisha rak atachton adam. The only left is the lower red membrane. Kshera. V'losh is masha in tzar b'dika. It's not even even to check it. V'yubakos should tzarich b'dika. You have to check to see that no air comes out. Skin of the Varav, and our rabbis have agreed to his words. Came change b'reis or kazoo, since it has such a flaw. Lo mistabach shib lo dika. It doesn't make sense to say it's kosher without checking it out. So rosh b'nerat. And checking out is by inflation. It's the shock. Inflated properly. When you'll see if it's whole, it rises up uniformly when it's blown up in all places. If it has a hole, that part of the lung will remain collapsed. It won't rise when you blow it. Some say you have to check it in warm water after you blow it up. The say that's a superfluous chumrah. The Kemach Yishayin Kosu Losh Gemara Masha Kam Lo B'dika Kshera. Since Yishayin wrote that from language, Gemara, it seems that even without B'dika it's kosher. Prakab Hagich Milibotka, the bag was market to check it. Ech Nachmir Kokach Letzich Boshin. How can you so market to require lukewarm water, submerging it in lukewarm water? It's Lucia Salam base of Heinz Taina. The B'dika Nevikas Nevicha Enko Shochim Mekim Bezeh. So this says, this checking. By blowing it up, not all the shochtim are conversant in this. The Zet Tzarech HaGoshi say we need to have a special sense. Lavchini Mosa Kulim Vira to check if it came out all uniformly, completely in being inflated. So Sharba Mashu shows up in there wasn't anything left, it didn't go blow up with the inflation. So if you don't know that you are conversing with this check, you have to check and put it in warm water and blow into the water to see them if the water doesn't bubble up in any place. That's much easier to feel. It's like checking a flat tire. The shear of the shear of the warmish water is like the heat of saliva which comes in the mouth. Or like water which you drop in the summer from the river. There's no precise shear. It shouldn't be too hot, nor too cold. And any level between absolute heat and absolute cold is called lukewarm. And I believe that is it for today. Yes, it is.